Welcome, everybody. When last session, right? Okay, last time we were talking about, right? Let's pull up our little. We were talking about so much stuff last time. We were speaking for ages. I've got a cup of tea this time to keep the throat from being too parched. So we are talking about a few crazy Elden Ring theories. Oh dear, Terry, your little hat has come off. Let's fix that for you. So, let's just make sure that we've got the explanation for why we have the little tinfoil hats. And that's here. Worn by those committed to high treason against the Erdtree. This is what we're wearing right now. So, last time we spoke about two of these theories. The first one, the Marika and Radahn origins. So, if you want to see what this was about, you'll have to watch the video on demand and put it on YouTube. Well, I will put it on YouTube. It's not there yet. Aim to be who they are. So then the second one was all fire is connected somehow, and we basically went through the connections between Gelmir, the Black Flame, the Fire Giant Fire, how it's all connected with... Hang on. Because I've only got such a small bit there. If I do that... Yeah, I can scroll now. Okay. So then I've got... oh, hang on. That's completely small. Let's... Hang on. Make this a bit bigger. Perfect. That's what we want. So, we then had Twin Theory. But you see, we're going to mix this up a little bit more, okay? A little bit different from just Twin Theory. Because, you see, I had some brainwaves whilst I was... in between the streams. Because the Twin Theory kind of broke into a few bits. But we are going to expand upon this. So, Twin Theory is no longer just Twin Theory. That's going to be Theory 4. Theory 3 is what makes an Empyrean. So, that's what we're talking about first. So, we are told in the game, quite explicitly, that there are 5 Empyreans. Okay? The first, in fact, we can pull up the little chat about it here. So, there are 5 Empyreans. So, remembrance of the rock goddess. So, this is Melania's, Melina, not Melania, Melina's remembrance. What this says here, Miquella and Melania are both children of a single god. As such, they are both Empyreans, but suffered afflictions from birth. One was cursed with eternal childhood, and the other harboured rot within. So that raises the question. So this suggests, on the face of it, that being the children of a single god made them Empyrean. But that is a strange thing when you look at Ranni. Ranni is not an Empyrean. It is an Empyrean, and is not the child of a single god. Ranni is the child of Radahn and Rennala. And if we get to, let's see if we can find members of bracelets worn by members of the Empyrean family. Oh, I wonder what that refers to. Empyrean of all. This is all stuff relating to Elena. Shadows, walls of the shadows of the Empyrean. This is what Valgrim aspired to be. Here we go. So this is, here we are with Ranni's. Okay, so here we go. So this is Ranni's language, and this is Ranni's voice lines, okay? And she speaks. She says, "Let us speak of the past a while. I was once an Empyrean. Of the demigods, only I, Miquella, and Melania could claim that title. Out of all the demigods, only Miquella, Melania, and Ranni could claim the title of Empyrean. Now, Miquella and Melania are apparently demigods because they're a child of a single god, but there must be a different qualifier for what makes a person an Empyrean because Ranni is the child of Radahn and Rennala. So there are two things to consider here. Either Ranni is also the child of a single god, which I don't think is implied in anything, or there is a different, so this is like a logical argument, okay, or there is a different quality that makes an individual Empyrean, but this quality is automatically held by those born of a single god. Okay, so that's the question. Okay, so what? So I think there is nothing in the text that suggests that Ranni is the child of a single god. She's definitely a child of Radahn. When you find her body at the top of the Leonian Tower, she's got red hair. Let's you know what? Let's go and have a look. Let's go find our Ranni. Minor literature. Let's take this character. We'll go to the top of Leonia, the Tower of Leonia, and we will go and check out Ranni's body. If I can safely move this, let's see if I can. Okay. Go. Okay, so we'll hop our way over here. The Divine Tower of Leonia. Dun 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 dun. So we'll run up here. And when we get to the top, here we find Ranni's body. Instead of any two fingers. This is just an interesting point, is at the top of all of the other divine towers where the Shardbearers are there two fingers. But Ranni's two fingers are not here. What is here is her body, and her two fingers are found under the tower, the Church of Manicelis. And that's an interesting thing, just as a note. But if we look here, so here you can see the curse mark of death on our Ranni. Here, the centipede-shaped curse. And you can also see her hair, which is odd, right? Oh, blimey. Sorry, did not mean to desecrate the body. But here we can see that Ranni's hair, the remnants of it, are quite clearly red, just like Radahn, okay? So quite a very strong genetic marker to Radahn. Just like George R.R. Martin likes. He likes those genetic markers, doesn't he? That was the plot point of the whole of the first book, was the seed is strong, right? I've just realised, looks almost, I mean, this hand here looks almost like it's got a hole in it, like a crucifixion mark. That's interesting, isn't it? But her body has been burnt from the Rune of Death, but it also looks like it's cracked as it has. I mean, a bit like Marika's. That's interesting as well. Curious. Her body is shattered. Very interesting. So, yeah. So then the question is, well, what could this other qualifier be that makes Ranni and Miquella and Melina Empyrean? So let's, we're going to skip back to Dark Path of Empyrean. This is, here we go. So both Miquella and Melina are children of a single god. As such, they are both Empyrean. It's quite interesting that it says children of a single god, because as we've previously said, birth is a weird thing in the lands between. People aren't born in the traditional way. But they're kind of, they come from the Erdtree. Let's see. Let's let's put a little space before that, see what we get. Starborn, Omen babies born of royalty. The fight that he was born into. Dragonkin were born in the Eternal City, but they were kind of... Yeah, anyway. Born from a corpse. There's a lot of... So, Tarnished Archaeologist does a lot of stuff on... has kind of like spoken about this with the way that the... In fact, can I probably see it? Let's see if we go to one of the ancestral proving grounds. Let's see if we can see it, shall we? Shifra Riverbank, Mimic. Let's see if we can get close enough with the Mimic tier, from the Mimic tier Grace, without, like, starting a fight, shall we? But basically, so again, I said in the last episode that Melina, not Melania, not Melina, Melina? Not Melania, not Melania, not Melania, Melina. So Melania is the blade of Miquella. Melina is the kindling maiden who makes a compact with you. A compact? Something like that. So we're going to go and have a look at these burning towers for the ancestral guardians. Let's have a look here without drawing too much attention. Can I see what needs to be seen? No, this is the one that shows the boats. Great. This shows the boats coming, which is not what I was trying to show you. Oh, no, don't go that way. I don't want to actually fight anything. Okay. Right. So that 100% did not show what I meant to show. Erdtree burial. When you die, it's an honour to be taken to the roots of the Erdtree where you were buried. You go through these places in the catacombs. You get reabsorbed by the Erdtree. And the idea is that this is like a concept of reincarnation because death doesn't exist properly. So when you die, you get it brought into the Erdtree, and that's like the concept of death within the Golden Order, because true death is taken away, and death was part of the old orders. So people aren't born in the traditional way, and I wonder if there's something strange about the way that all of these children are born, all of Marika's children, because Marika had a lot of children. You can find her in all of the wandering mausoleums are the bodies of demigods from Marika that have been discarded, not accepted as part. Well, they've just been abandoned, really, because she abandons those who don't survive. She takes Godfrey's stance that the strong are the ones who are worthy. So Marika had a lot of children, and my theory is that all of her children before Melania and Miquella were entirely male. And I think that what makes an Empyrean is the existence of a womb. So them bearing a womb. So the references to Empyreans are Ranni, Miquella, Melania, Marika herself, and the Gloam-eyed Queen. Those are the individuals that we know in Elden Ring are Empyrean. Gloam-eyed Queen, feminine. Marika, woman. Ranni, woman. Melania, woman. Miquella, odd one out there. Okay. Miquella is a boy, a male. He also has a alter ego, and that is Saint Trina. Now, Miquella always appeared... Hang on, let's find Trina. There we go. So Saint Trina is an alter ego of Miquella, and is a... Now, this is... A lot of this is cut content, but like almost to make it more ambiguous. Because there was a whole quest line where you could follow Saint Trina. But if you look, Saint Trina, so here, the furthest cookbook says, techniques of a man who was utterly captivated by Saint Trina. He continued the search for her in his slumber. Okay? So Saint Trina is viewed as a woman. And there was a... Let's find St. Trina's Crystal Bell. So this is cut content here. But let's see. So here someone makes the explicit, this is cut. I finally found it. St. Trina, no, Lord Miquella's cadaver. I've partaken of untold secrets such that I may urge you, O Lord. So the explicit reference to St. Trina being Miquella. And here we go. Sword of St. Trina. St. Trina is an enigmatic figure. Some say she is a comely young girl. Others are sure he is a boy. The only certainty is that their appearance was as sudden as their disappearance. Now, we know that Miquella is a child. We know that they are viewed as the most powerful Empyrean by some, particularly by their ability to get others to love them by willingly or forcefully. And I think that particularly given... And I know this is a big claim, given that there's nothing explicitly said about it. But particularly given the themes in this, so I'm being very clear about where I'm drawing this from. So, in alchemy, okay, we've previously mentioned this in the last episode about you have the concept of the rebis, which is the pinnacle viewed as, in alchemy, the symbol of perfection, equal parts male and female, and it comprises a unity of all of the dichotomies, okay? And Marika and Radahn also represent this rebis. There's a merging of the Red King and the White Queen in this concept. And I wonder if Miquella is naturally intersex. I think that Miquella. I think Miquella is intersex and has a womb. And that is what gives him the rank of Empyrean, like Melina, like Ranni, like Marika, like the Glowmide Queen. He might well be particularly powerful because he is naturally born with the anatomy and the physique of one who is close to perfection within the alchemical concept of unity and the highest state of being. Miquella might have just been born intergender or between sexes, but they clearly identify as male. Their alter ego is female or ambiguous, but their physical appearance in all depictions we've seen is very feminine. And I think that that's all intentional because I suspect that he is potentially intersex and has a womb. And it's this feature that makes Miquella able to be has both of those traits. And I think that this is the quality that makes an individual Empyrean and is automatically held by those born of a single god. I think that Radahn and Marika's only children ever born were Melina and Miquella. And I think that they were born and they're the only girls. And so the only individuals with wombs. And so that is the feature that happens when you are born of a single god, is you are born with a womb. And able to then, I suspect then possibly, that is the vessel for the Elden Ring that is required. There's birth imagery when we talk about... there is birth imagery when we talk about fear. No, it's D. If I search for fear, will it just come? Aha. Disturb not the death of Godwyn. Here we go. Go and kill me. You're an odd one. And it will... Soon I will lay with Godwyn. Okay? And it will surely stir within me the new life of the Golden Prince and the first dead of the demigods. Please do this one thing for me. Brandish my child. Hang on. Sorry, we need to protect Terry from the... We need to protect Terry from the influence of the greater will. Brandish this child, my rune, and take for yourself the throne. So this language is very, very well, it's very suggestive that what Thea is going to do is lay with Godwyn quite intimately, and there is going to be a child born of this union, which is going to be the thing. So this again, it's this suggestion. There's a connection here of some kind of stirring in the womb connected to runes, birth, rebirth, and I wonder if the way that the Elden Ring can be held in a vessel, it requires the vessel to have a womb, and that is what makes them Empyrean. And then I've got a theory which kind of bounces off this, which is the twin theory, which I will get to into a bit. But let's put so this is a kind of crazy theory, but I think it might be right. Empyreans all have wombs. Miquella is intersex. There we go. That is my wild first theory for you there. Okay, a curious one to be sure. But yeah, I think it's a potential. It's an interesting one. It's one that fits within the lore, as we are aware of it. It fits within the themes that are raised, and it's one that makes sense. You know, it's one that I think makes sense. It's an interesting one nonetheless, and I have no doubt that when Shadow of the Erdtree comes out, they will completely ruin this theory. It will. Hello, Hercules. Welcome. You have you've arrived just after the big reveal, but you can see it written there. Okay, so there it is. All Empyreans are required to have wombs, and Miquella is intersex. That's my big theory there. Got to get it out before Shadow of the Erdtree comes and throws that theory out to pasture. And it also comes and ties into my next theory. And this is the twin theory. And this twin theory comes in two parts. Okay. So, hang on, let me just add to this so that anyone who's reading it can also... so, no, Terry! No! The greater will is coming for him. Right. Let me just quickly expand on this. So, Saint Trina, Miquella's alter ego is female. Miquella is presented in very feminine ways, and is presented in very feminine ways, but is always referred to as male. My theory is that Miquella is intersex. Oh, you know what? There was another reference as well to this. Ensha. Sorry, I just remembered, because this was not one that I'd had written in all of my notes, because like this was I thought I'd just break this off from the twin theory. So Ensha is a man, but has the female body type in game. Exclusively referred to as male. Has a very masculine face, but has the female body type in game, which is very interesting. If just as a thing of like transgender people, or at least Ensha is the individual outside Gideon Ofnir's room at the Round Table Hold who attacks you as soon as you get half of the medallion. Who never speaks. Interestingly, they never speak. Always referred to in male terms, but has skeleton guy. Their body is the female body type, and that's not. I don't think that's a mistake, because that would be an odd mistake from software to make. I think it's intentional because individuals, again, Marika and Radahn, I think individuals in this world can be transgender or intergender, and it just be a thing. Like, it's not a big deal. So that's the theory. Okay, so there is precedence for it, and I think that is why. Hang on, wounds are required for someone to be a vessel for the Elden Ring. Okay, so that's what I think there with that theory. So now we're moving on to twin theory. So this has got some interesting things for me to talk about. We're going to start with finding the Great Runes. Okay? Great Runes. Let's pull them up. We are going to get them as... Yeah, this works. So, we have some Great Runes. Now, when we look at the Great Runes, let me just make sure I can see my screen. We're going to... similarities in Great Runes. So, we have Godric's Great Rune. This is known as the Anchor Ring, found in the centre of the Elden Ring. This is clearly, because it was the Anchor Ring, definitely taken from the original. Hey, Governor, welcome. You are here for our crazy conspiracy theory stream, where we talk about the lore of Elden Ring, and I get my crazy theories out there before Shadow of the Erdtree causes it all to fall apart. So they can hold water for a few more months. Or is it one more month? Oh my word, I don't even know. So, Godric's Great Rune. Now, so here's the thing, okay? With runes, thank you for the reminder to hydrate. Time for a nice cup of tea. Okay, so the runes can either come or straight from the Elden Ring. If the Elden Ring please kick at your door, we know. Yeah, this is it. But I've got the mirror helms. I've got the mirror helms to protect me from the influence. They won't find me, okay? The Golden Order can't find me. Oh no, they're coming for Terry. Terry. Oh no. Right. We must protect our minds, okay, from the influence of the greater will. You want to know what happens? You want to see what happens if you let your mirror helm slip? Okay, I'll show you what happens if you let your mirror helm slip. Okay, we come over here, right? E.g., who always wears his mirror helm. Okay, always wears it, protect himself from the influence of the greater will. He takes it off, it slips off his head, and what do you know? He's dead. Okay, burned alive. Poor E.g. Mirror helm slips off his head and bang, he's gone. We can't let that happen, okay? We're not perishing like this. Poor E.g. Ooh, I can go right through its hammer. Let's... uh-oh. Hang on, that would kill me if I stuck floating for too long. Let's not try to do that. Let's have a quick look at the tablet in his chest, shall we? It's interesting. Looks like a cross. It looks like a crucifix. That's interesting. I wonder what that's about. Who knows? But a curious thing, nonetheless. Anyway, we are moving on to the similarities in the Great Runes. So, we know that runes made for the Golden Order, it could be a shield. I wonder if it's... So, I think these holes are where the face of the fell god used to be on them, and it was like carved off or something. But I don't know what exactly the thing is at all. I don't have any theories on what that stone tablet is, because it's held in all the trolls. So we know from the existence of Fear, Gold Mask, and the Dung Eater that runes for the Golden Order can be gestated within the body. They can be born within the body. We also know that great runes can be held onto from outside the body, because that is what Godric's Great Rune is. It is a piece of the original Elden Ring that was broken, and because it is the Anchor Ring found in the centre of the Elden Ring. So Godric got hold of this and ran away with it. Okay, so he's got this one. I think that most of the other great runes that we have are naturally gestated within their bearers. So, what evidence do we have for this? We have Morgott's Great Rune. Okay, Great Rune of the Shard Bearer Morgott. This rune is the anchor ring that houses the base and proves two things: that the Omen King was born in the Golden Lineage, and that he was indeed the Lord of Leyndell. And then we have Mohg's Great Rune. Mohg and Morgott are twin brothers, and their great runes are naturally similar. But Mohg's rune is soaked in accursed blood from his devout love for the wretched mire that he was born into far below the earth. So these two runes are explicitly said to look visually similar because Morgott and Mohg are twins. So Morgott and Mohg are twins, and that means that their great runes are similar. Okay? Are connected to individuals being twins. Okay? So we've got Morgott and Mohg are twins, and they have similar looking great runes. Now, here is the crazy thing, okay? Let's have a look at Rykard's and Radahn's great runes. We know that both Rykard and Radahn are children of Radahn and Rennala, okay? Ranni's brothers. Look how similar their great runes are. They look almost identical, but for the swirly thing, the snake that is consuming Rykard's great rune. I think that this is evidence that Rykard and Radahn were also twins. Okay? I think Rykard and Radahn were twins. And I think, because the other thing as well, so Rykard and Radahn were twins. And if we have a look at Melina's great rune, it looks very similar to the great rune of the Unborn. Very, very similar to the great rune of the Unborn, which is held by Rennala. And I think that, so here's the crazy theory. I think that Radahn gave Rennala, explains why Snake Face specific, I think Radahn gave Rennala Miquella's great rune. Okay? This is a crazy theory because it messes up a lot of what people think about the order of things happening, but that's why I'm throwing it out there, okay, because this is an insane theory. And I also think it might be why Miquella is still not being reborn. So, Melina and Miquella. I also need to get this theory out before Shadow of the Erdtree, because Shadow of the Erdtree is inevitably going to say, no, this is utterly unconnected to Miquella. But I want to get this theory out there because it's so persuasive for me. I think these two look completely, they look identical, even down to the fact that Miquella is an eternal child, born an eternal child, and this rune is smaller than this one. Isn't that interesting? I mean, imagine if I'm right. Wouldn't that be fantastic? That's why I need to get it out there, you know. I'll either be ruined or I'll be made by this theory. And so, what does that mean? Okay, the first thing it means is that Miquella and Melina were born before Radahn and Rennala were together. It is commonly thought that Radahn and Rennala separated, and then Radahn went to marry Marika, and then Miquella and Melina were born. Okay? So we're going to say Rennala has Miquella's great rune. Okay? So, evidence for that. So, let's start with the evidence for this being Miquella's great rune. The first one is the similarity in the appearance that I have highlighted to you. Okay? These two look... so they look visually similar with those with that we've said. The other thing is the concept of the Great Rune itself. Radahn gives Rennala this Great Rune with an egg, golden egg, well, an amber egg. And this amber egg, Rennala uses to rebirth individuals. The rune perfects the rebirth. So without the rune being active, okay, Rennala, the rebirth is imperfect. It goes crazy, it goes wrong. When the rune is activated, I don't know. I mean, there's some oddities with how this all works in game because you can use it perfectly, but for some reason Rennala can't. I don't really understand that side of things. Odd mechanics are odd, but this rune is an odd one. This rune perfects those who've been born anew. And so it's weird that she doesn't use the rune because the ones are things. It's weird. Very odd. Yeah, who knows why. But what is Miquella doing? Miquella is trying to be born anew. Miquella went into a cocoon to be reformed into a new body, one that is not a child. This was exactly what Miquella was attempting to do, and Miquella failed. What else do we know about Miquella? So Miquella originally Miquella was originally part of the Golden Order before he separated to create unalloyed gold and his own Erdtree. He was on good terms with Radahn. There we go. No, that's the wrong one. Father Radahn. No. Gift to... Let's have a look. Rings. It's the rings. Order Blood's exhortation. Triple Rings of Light. Here we go. So the triple... Here we go. So, as an example, the Triple Rings of Light incantation was a gift from the young Miquella to his father Radahn. And then Radahn, at a later point in time, created Radagon's Rings of Light, and which says, the young Miquella abandoned fundamentalism, for it could do nothing to treat Melania's accursed rot. This was the beginning of unalloyed gold. So Miquella was part of the Golden Order on good terms with his father, but he eventually abandoned it. And I think that when he abandoned it, created his Erdtree and tried to become reborn, Radahn came to the Erdtree, stole the rune, and then gave that rune to Rennala in a single... Because everyone talks about how fearsome Miquella can be. And if there's one thing Radahn really stands for, it's preserving the Golden Order. I think that he, in one swoop, was able to give this gift to Rennala and eliminate Miquella as a threat by taking his great rune from him whilst he slept and gifting it away to someone else. So that is my theory about that, about what happened. So why this is Miquella's great rune, the impact it has. It's preventing Miquella from being able to be reborn properly because he doesn't have his great rune anymore. And I think that is a consequence of... I wonder, potentially, I wonder if all children of Marika are twins. I think that's a worthwhile throwing out there. But it does mean, timeline-wise, that Miquella and Melania were born before Radahn went to Liurnia. What? Before Radahn went to Liurnia? That's insane. But not entirely outside of possibility. Royal families, as I have previously said, like to hide dirty secrets, okay? Particularly when it comes to illegitimate children or unwell children, physically or mentally disabled children. There is precedent throughout our real history for them doing this. I suspect, okay, here's my crazy theory, okay? After Marika has, and we're kind of jumping back up now to the original theory of Marika and Radahn, the origins. After Radahn was born inside Marika, And Marika realised, exactly, like most royal families, and Marika realised that her order was flawed and she got rid of Godfrey. Marika tried to birth a child with Radahn, and the result were Melania and Miquella, two Empyreans, but both cursed, one with scarlet rot, one with eternal childhood. She realised that her children, born to herself, were going to be deformed or in some way not perfect. And so Radahn goes to Liurnia. Now we know that so if we go to Radagon's icon, Dagon, Radahn icon. Here we go. As the husband of Rennala of Caria, the red-haired Radahn studied sorcery. As the husband of Queen Marika, he studied incantations. Thus did the hero aspire to be complete. Now, this again makes reference to the concept of the rebis, the Red King and the White Queen, the perfection, seeking perfection by the only perfect Empyrean was the one who was murdered. Yes. So I think that Radahn and Marika realise their children will be imperfect. So Radahn seeks perfection elsewhere. He seeks to become more whole in and of himself by going to Liurnia. He sees the power of the Carian queen who is affiliated with the moon. Again, we're in alchemy, the moon and the sun. The moon is the female, is representative of the female part of the rebis. The sun is representative of the male part. You have this union of these two. So again, you're talking about this spiritual wholeness that is being achieved by this union, as Radahn attempts to basically take the power of the moon into himself, learning sorceries, trying to be complete. And they have children. They have Rykard and Radahn, two children without deformities who are born and are powerful. And they have Ranni, who is born. And I suspect Rani's twin sister. I'm throwing that out there too. Okay, this is the second part of the twin theory. Ranni had a twin sister. Okay, that's insane. Nothing in the text says this, but I'll get to why I think this anyway. Because, again, part of everyone's a twin. Okay? But when Ranni was born, Ranni was physically perfect. No defect, but Ranni is a girl. That means she is an Empyrean because, going back to my prior theory, Empyreans need a womb. Ranni has a womb. Ranni is the Empyrean. She is the perfect future. And with that job done, where is the twin of the player character? The twin of the player character is the Mimic tier. You should know this by now because they're with you the whole journey. They're fantastic. Mimic tier is your twin. I have actually seen a theory where someone was saying that the player character is a Mimic tier. I mean, it was an interesting theory. I don't think there's anything to support that they are themselves a silver tier. But, you know, like, look at the theories I'm coming out with. I'm coming out with some absolutely insane stuff. So, yeah. So, Radahn, upon realising that the perfect Empyrean has been born, is like, right, there we go, we're done. Let's go. And I think that he took with him Radahn and Ranni's twin. What? What are you talking about? Why would he do that? Because, and we're going to look over at D now. Twin sage, twin maiden husks. Twins are an interesting theme in Elden Ring, and one that doesn't seem to have, I mean, it's a curious thing, and this is why I think it's more important than, because the twin imagery is pervasive throughout Elden Ring, and I think that it's more important to some central themes that have been missed. Not entwined, twin. Come on, we need D. We need D. Maybe I should have just searched for D. Night Maiden, Twin Crown. Twin Town, here we go. So, D, Hunter of the Dead, and his twin D, the two known as D are inseparable twins. They are of two bodies and two minds, but one single soul. Not once do they stand together. Not one word do they speak to one another. Okay? They are twinned. And if we have a look at the gauntlets, where's the great sword? Twin sage great. D. There we go. Let's go back up. Twin greaves. Where's the great sword? No. Do I have a voice mod? No, I do not. Is my voice sounding weird? Is my voice sounding weird? Hang on. I'm talking. My voice is sounding normal. What's happening? Sing mode is probably inappropriate now. It might be. I don't know how I'm going to sing. Oh no, Terry is going to die. Oh man, no. I do not have. I mean, I can have a go, but I have to be honest. I think I will struggle. Right, we're gonna find what his sword is, because I'm pretty sure it's his sword. Terry up top. Oh my word, how is Terry gonna do this? Hang on, right. You know what we're gonna need to do? Right, we need to save Terry better. Terry is going up top, but right, Terry's going up top. We are getting some more tinfoil because Terry's mirror helm is flawed. We must protect Terry. Okay? Terry has now got a better crafted mirror helm. He's like a... There we go. So now when he goes up top, right? There we go. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I've got so much tinfoil right now. I bought a whole roll of tinfoil just for this, for these streams, because that's who I be. Right, where is his sword? Right, we need... Come on, where is his sword? What is his sword? Inseparable sword. That's what I want. Great invest. It was. Okay, so here we go. Inseparable twins found solace in the Golden Order, the only institution to not revile them as accursed beings. Okay, thank you for the reminder to hydrate twice. Oh my word. Just down that cup of tea, because it was 2 and I needed to line it up. Blimey. Okay. For those of you watching this on YouTube, because this is on Twitch, people are redeeming rewards, which is why Terry is now up top. In fact, let's move this so that people can see Terry living his best life up there. People are redeeming rewards. So, the Golden Order is the only place that did not revile the D-twins for being twins, as being accursed beings, okay? And I think that's because Marika's children are all twins, okay? They have, as a central premise, twins are a thing. But the Carian royal family and the Liurnians are not the Golden Order. Although, curiously, they do have the Twin Sage crown, and I'm curious about that. Let's have a look. Twin Sage. Scholars of the Twin Sage Conspectus. It just says Twin Sage. So there's something curious about the Twin Sage Conspectus existing, because that would suggest that maybe the Academy of Raya Lucaria doesn't revile twins, but the Carian royal family are different from the Liurnians, and I suspect that Caria saw twins as not being a good thing, and so Radahn and Ranni's twin sister were taken by Radahn to join the Golden Order, come back to Leyndell, and that's why Radahn loved his father so much It's all about everything about Radahn is how much he loves his father and how much he is his father's son. Whereas Rykard is very connected with Ranni and against the Erdtree. Rykard, so we know from the Blasphemous Claw. Blasphemous Claw. Okay? On the night of the dire plot, Ranni rewarded Praetor Rykard with these traces. Should the coming trespass one day transpire, they would serve as a last resort foil, allowing Rykard to challenge Malekith the Black Blade, the Black Beast of Destined Death. Ranni and Rykard, whilst they are doing their own separate things, are united in the goal of defeating the Golden Order. These two siblings are opposed to Radahn, and I suspect that's because Radahn, as a twin, was separated from Rykard, and I suspect Ranni's twin was also separated away, and they went to Liurnia, and that is where they live. That is where they lived. Okay, hang on. Let me just... Right, so... D shows twins can be the same soul in separate bodies. Okay? Because that's what they are. And I think that basically the Carians couldn't show that they had any twins in their family because that would lead to disgrace. Amongst... We know that politics are a bit weird. And I think that this was one of the things, is Carians did not view twins in the same way that the Golden Order does. But who is Ranni's twin? I think Melina is Ranni's twin. And sorry, a different, not Melina, Melina. Here we go. Ranni's twin. What? I hear you say? That's insane. They can't be twins. There is nothing suggesting this at all. And I say, pretty much, but I've got some tenuous ideas that will tie these two things together. And I'm here to take you on this insane journey with me. Okay? So, Melina, let's see. Burned in Ghost Flames. Right. Here we go. So, now you want to eat watermelons. I don't understand the reference. I'm really sorry, Governor. So, Melina, this is her text here. Me, I'm searching for my purpose given to me by my mother inside the Erdtree long ago. This is why people often say that Melina is Marika's daughter, is because purpose given to me by my mother inside the Erdtree long ago. For the reason I yet live, burned and bodiless, there is something for which I must apologise. I've acted the finger maiden, but offer no guidance. I'm no maiden. My purpose was long ago lost. So, she, at this point in time, has not been burnt by the Erdtree, by the flame to burn the Erdtree. Oh, Melina, Melon. Oh, I see. I see what you're doing here. Melina, Melon. You want to eat watermelons. Okay. Wow. I see. So, this means that Melina lost her body a long time ago to burning. She says this. This is before she becomes the Kindling Maiden. Okay? Oh my word. Are you trying to make me go for a pee break here? That's a lot of hydration. Right. We're moved on to the Air Up water bottle. Not sponsored, but Air Up. Why would you not want to sponsor my stream? I've got a tinfoil hat on. I'm ranting at a camera. Come on, sponsor me. Give my friends 20% off an Air Up bottle, which they shouldn't buy unless I get that sponsorship deal. Oh, man. Melon and... Oh, no, Terry! He's fallen! But the mirror helm stays strong. The mirror helm endures. Okay. Hang on. Oh, my days. Oh. Right. Oh no! Right, hang on. Terry. Wait. Right, hang on. We need to readjust the way that my headset is put on and my... Hang on. Right. Fix mirror helm. Right. Okay. There we go. And then headset... Oh, come on. Blimey. Right, now where's Terry gone? Terry, you there? Right, get your feet under here. I have clearly designed all of this to work flawlessly together. I definitely thought forward about how this hat would fit if anybody decided to redeem anything. Blimey. So, where even was I? Melina. So, here's the theory, okay? I'm going to just throw it out there and then I will show you the evidence, okay? I think that Melina was Ranni's twin, taken from Caria by Radahn when he left. Pikachu. Do not throw Pikachu back. I can't do Pikachu too. I might be able to do Pikachu. Don't do Pikachu. I don't know how I could even do this right now. Okay, so this video is just going to be pure chaos when it gets on YouTube. Melina. So, Melina and Radahn were taken from Caria at birth. Ranni kills herself with the Finger Slayer blade, with the black knife, curse mark of death, at the very same moment as Godwyn the Golden is killed. At that point in time, when Ranni's body, which if we go back to, is burned to pieces, let's hop back over there as we go check out this very lovely burning corpse of our beloved Ranni. Her body is burned, much like Melina says her body is. She describes her body herself as being burned and bodiless. That's exactly what Ranni would be if she didn't have the doll. So her body here is, Ranni's body here is burned, and I think that if it wasn't for the doll, Ranni would be in exactly the same position as Melina, and I suspect that because the two have some kind of shared soul connection, that in the same way as Dee, when their bodies were burned by the curse mark of death and they died in body but not spirit, when that happened to Ranni, that happened to Melina as well, by some connection. And that is also why Ranni and Melina have got mirror eye tattoos. Well, they're not mirrored. So, Ranni the witch. Let's get a good old picture of her face. Doopy doopy doo. If there is a good picture of her face. No, it's just a bunch of comments of people simping over her. Right, there we go. I'm not Googling it. I made a mistake of Googling Ranni. Right, so she has this eye closed, okay, and a tattoo here. And Melina has got a very similar... Doopy doopy doo. Oh, this picture is useless. What? Oh, I don't want to Google it because you get weird results if you Google that. Hang on 1 second. Right. Find the picture. Drag it in. Wait, what? Why is this for... I'm sorry. Why are the two different... Oh, because one's the Fextra Life and one is the fandom. I was like, wait a second. This is this wiki. Why is... There you go. So you can see her and Ranni's eyes... The eyes they keep closed are on mirror sides of each other. But the difference is Ranni is a soul that is inhabiting a doll. She is a doll. And I think that there is a connection here. Both of them are connected to destined death. Both of them are... So Melina seems obsessed with bringing destined death back into the world. In fact, what was that noise? That wasn't... Oh no, that was just the sound of one of my messages being appraised. I tell you what, I get some pretty good appraisals on my messages in Elden Ring. It's because I'm such a master of the game. Right, so destined death as a master of death. Right, stay away from destined death. This is all Malekith. So Ranni stole destined death and wants to bring it back into the world. Blade of Calling. So this is Melina's weapon. The one who walks alongside flame shall one day meet the road of destined death. And if you If you burn down the Erdtree, Melina reveals that she is going to bring destined death to you. The message getting praised was dog, wasn't it? Maybe. I do have one. Hang on. Like one of my messages that gets pretty well appraised. I'll show you where this stupid message is. Hang on. Right. Okay. You if you guys want a good spot to get a good appraisal, okay, here's the secret, right? Go to the round table hold. Climb up onto this, right? This here. This is the message. Okay? Check your message. Here, there you go. I've got 2 there, but I had to replace it there because it was on like 20 positive ratings, and then it accidentally deleted because I created another message accidentally. So this is 2 on the relaunch of this one. Put a good pose there of you triumphantly cheering. People love it. People love it. You know, people love jumping puzzles. I mean, look at that. I did it. 7 appraisals. People love silly jumping puzzles in this game when they are player made. So yeah, there you go. Drop something down there and you'll get yourself some appraisals, which will help you in a pinch. My highest rated one is for one in Raya Lucaria, where it is basically telling people, don't jump, turn left. And people love that one. That one's insane. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at my messages, you know? There we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. 32 goods for first off left, therefore try jumping. Academy of Raya Lucaria. That gets me through the game. All those votes. Okay, so both of them are connected to want to bring destined death back into the world of the Golden Order. They are basically seeking to undermine the Golden Order. Both of them are bodiless. Both of them have a connection to being burned in the past. And I suspect that Melina was born at the foot of the Erdtree because that is where she died. She died at the foot of the Erdtree when Ranni killed. So she was based in Lanedale, and I suspect she was based there because Radahn took Melina and Radahn away from Rennala when he left. That is my theory on the connection between these two. Okay, there are some other interesting things there. Let's have a look. Have I got anything else there? So Ranni and Rykard are connected. It's interesting because Ranni and Rykard are both opposed to the Erdtree, so they clearly had more exposure to what the Golden Order does to those who are outside of it, i.e. how broken Rennala was afterwards. Clearly this isn't great. And yeah, so I think Melina is Ranni's twin. And that, okay, is the crazy theories, okay? So that's it, really. I have thrown a lot of stuff out there. And I think that, yeah. Oh, did I actually say? Yeah, no. I think I've gone through everything. So I'm always happy to field questions that you have about that. Something interesting that I thought about this fire is connected somehow is I saw Hawkeye on YouTube. I just saw a short. He had a short that came up about any wild dog related theories. Well, hang on. So let's just quickly go to, I'm just going to quickly pull up YouTube and find the Hawkeye short that, because I thought it was, why when I search for Hawkeye, does it come up with Hawkeye MCU as opposed to Hawkeye Elden Ring? That's just mad. Right. Hawkeye Go, Hawkshaw. Oh, his name is Hawkshaw. So, just interesting that this twin snake imagery is pulled up because this ties into what I had said in the second one where I'm like, there's a connection between all fire. Okay, there is this connection between all fire and and snakes. So there is a connection to fire and snakes. We see this with Mesmer in the trailer. He's got snakes, he's got fire, and the death birds I think that this is all part of this like this older religion that existed before the Golden Order. So it's all connected. There's these like primordial aspects, and yeah, I just saw that. I was like, oh, this connects to this whole thing about all fire is connected. And I was like, oh, I have to show everybody this. So here we go. So there we go. That's the Hawkshaw video that connects them. So yeah, that is what I think was everything. So if you're wanting a brief, so in terms of a timeline for Elden Ring, then I reckon, okay, the way that things all happen. So first you have Marika defeating the Glowmide Queen with Malekith and Destined Death being sealed. That establishes the Golden Order, and she rules with Godfrey. Then, when they're having children, they're popping out demigods, and then Mohg and Morgott are born. When Mohg and Morgott are born, this is seen as a flaw in the Erdtree caused by the Crucible because of the horns. So Marika goes to attack the thing that could be a threat to the Erdtree that previously has damaged the Erdtree, the Flame of Ruin, that remnant of the Crucible. In the war against the giants, Marika is exposed to the powers of the Crucible, and Radahn is born. And the fundamental tenet of the Golden Order, that is based on a single god, is flawed, and Marika dismisses Godfrey, and all of the Crucible Knights and all of the things connected with the Crucible are rejected from society, so that any potential connection to Marika and Radahn and the Crucible is expunged from the books. Marika and Radahn, meanwhile, try to have a child. They have Melina and Miquella, and they realise our children are still cursed. Radahn goes to Liurnia, rages war against the Liurnians, marries Rennala, has Rykard and Radahn, Ranni and Melina, and then leaves her. At this point in time, Radahn has fallen out with Miquella, and he takes Miquella's rune from the cocooned Miquella, gives it to Rennala as a gift, and then takes Melina and Radahn with him back to Lanedale. And then time passes. Everyone starts to grow up, okay? And then the Night of Black Knives happens. Ranni steals a fragment of Destined Death. She imbues the Black Knife assassins with it, and she gives a fragment to Rykard, who by this time has already fed himself. Oh, has he fed himself to the snake? I don't know. He might have fed himself to the snake during the shattering, so not yet. But she gives a fragment of it to Rykard anyway. And then she kills herself. Because she is a twin, she kills herself with Destined Death, her body, and kills her twin's body as well. That's Melina, leaving both of them without a body. But Ranni has already got a body prepared, and that body is the puppet that Selvis made for her. Selvis, who has been making puppets for the Carian royal family. We've seen those puppets fighting for the Carians. And he made a puppet for Ranni using the body of her Snow Witch mentor, because I'm just going to throw that out there. Right, I think that book is made out of the actual body of Ranni's mentor. Melina dies. The shattering, Marika, upon realising what has happened, shatters the Elden Ring. She, by this point in time, is disillusioned with the greater will. She has seen that the moves are being made. So she knows that, so Marika shatters the Elden Ring. The big moves have been made by the people who are making their move against the Golden Order, and Radahn tries to stop her. He fails. Marika gets crucified by the Erdtree. The shattering happens. All the chaos with that. The Tarnish return, and that is how. The gig is up. So burn it all. But because this was the thing, is at the beginning, and I mentioned this before, Marika set herself against the greater will when she realised that the greater will was not going to help her order stay perfect forever. It transformed her body. Her children were cursed. this was all a horrible mistake, but if she sets herself against the Golden Order explicitly, she will be crucified, quite literally. So she allows the environment to happen where the Golden Order is undermined and where the Greater Will might be defeated. And once that happens sufficiently, she makes the final move to overthrow the Greater Will and smashes the Elden Ring, for which she is immediately crucified and impaled by somebody. Is this Mesmer? And then that leads eventually to the Tarnished to return, which was her plan all along, because she wanted them to return, because she wanted them to get better and stronger by being able to die, because that's how Marika rolls. She likes people who get stronger and stronger. And that leads to us and our adventures in Elden Ring. So that is the condensed timeline. I saw someone online who said there is no way that Marika kicked out all the Crucible Knights of all of Godfrey's Crucible Knights at the same time as Godfrey and the Tarnished were left. Tarnished only ever level up in the land between. They do, but what you do, so the idea is that you take all of the strongest people who can't die, and then you send them out into the wilds where they can die, and only the strongest of them will survive and reproduce and make even more. It's a bit like the Fremen in June. Okay, I'm going to see June too soon, but it's a bit like the Fremen in June. Only the strongest survive, and the strongest give birth to more, and only the strongest survive, and till you reach a point where only the best Tarnished are still alive, and then they are the ones who are, and then when grace is given to a bunch of Tarnished, a bunch of those who had died, and we are one of those who had died, were brought back from death, and we survived. In fact, the opening of Elden Ring shows Hoarah is dead as well. Let's find, hang on. Like, even Hoarah is killed, so they so they strengthen themselves until they die. Let me just find it. Opening cinematic. Let's see, is this it? Hopefully this is it. Here we go. You know, the other one that was really cool, actually, I'll find it as well, is the teaser trailer. Oh my word, the first teaser trailer for Elden Ring shows you so much that doesn't make sense if you haven't played the game, right? I saw it the other day and I was like, oh my word, this like shows you loads, right? The announcement trailer, right? Okay. I'm gonna put that out here as well. We're gonna watch that too. Okay. We'll get copyright claimed. That's fine. I just want to. This is clearly transformative work that we're doing right here. It's really cool. It's just crazy how much is in that trailer that you miss. That teaser announcement trailer is very, very awesome. But yeah, I mean, there's so much in this. I love this game. I love the lore. And I hope you have enjoyed going through these crazy theories. Yeah, right now. Oh, blimey, that's just connected to my mouse. I didn't mean to do that. So yeah, what I think I'll do now is I'll probably finish this stream, because yeah, those are the crazy ones. If I get any more crazy ones, I will upload stuff to YouTube. I'll upload this anyway. I'll see if I can chop it up into some interesting shorts. I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. And yeah, I might do some more streaming again on something else soon. Got a few good games to play. I'm loving Elden Ring. Obviously, when Shadow of the Erdtree comes out, we'll be jumping straight back in, find out who Mesmer really is. And then we can decide if we're going to play with Giuseppe Bob or my personal character. Because this is, I mean, you guys had seen Giuseppe Bob. You guys know Giuseppe Bob. This one is my... Giuseppe Bob was a mage character. and now I went for I had my wizard character, and now I've gone for a dex build character, and oh my word, I love the dex character. Like, they just shred through things. Like like I'm slaying dragons and things effortlessly. It's absolutely insane. Hang on, let me just find. I just want to just show you. Like, this is insane. So I have my two Uchikatanas, which is very nice, and then has Bloody Slash, which does an insane amount of damage. And then you have the Pole Blade, and this thing is absolutely lethal. It's so fast, and then if anyone's too far away, you just do something like that. It's like absolutely mad. I need Rivers of Blood. I've not gotten far enough with this character yet to get Rivers of Blood, and not reached the mountaintop of the giants yet. But I am melting pretty much everything. So with I completed everything in the game character, which was Giuseppe Bob. I didn't actually complete everything in the game. I just got all the trophies, but there is so much that I missed. But just having this Dex character is just great. Like, this is I'm messing up the world, and I'm afraid of pretty much nothing character, which is really cool. I say pretty much nothing, you know. But yeah, so I recommend a Dex build if you haven't tried it. Like, it's very good against NPC characters as well. Like, I mean, look at this. The moveset is very cool, very fast. And if they ever get too cocky, you just drop one of these and then bang. I am excited to get Melania's weapon with this. Like, oh my days. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, that is Elden Ring. Thank you so much for... Oh, hang on, let's make sure. Save and quit and return to desktop. There we go. So, thank you so much for joining, guys. It's been a lot of fun. And I will be... It's a watermelon. It requires 50 dex. Well, I've got a few more dex points to put in then. I am going to go now. Have a lovely day, and I will catch you all soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.